guys, welcome back to her YouTube channel, the brightest room in the class. I mean, in the school. She gonna do the video, get in the frame. She's gonna do the video today. She's doing 8-point homework. You know, all them math kids focus. Oh, that's good. Okay. Got that, Callie?
Let's call on Abby. You did this in first period. Do I have to rewrite it? Like,
just whatever you feel like.
okay, Abby. If x squared is 25,
You have to square it.
I'm rewriting it.
anyone else?
Maybe just ask a specific
Emily?
question.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
what would it be? Since you square rooted it, what would happen now?
The square root of 25 is 5.
Okay. So that would be your x. Okay, that's only half of your answer. What would the other half be, Emily? Oh. Okay. Yeah, that's your answer. Alrighty. I don't have to put it in, right?
No, you can just go to the next one.
Okay. Okay, Melanie, what would you do? What would you do? What? Okay. Hey, Julie, what now? There you go. Yeah. Abby.
No solution.
Oh,
Why is
you
it
got
no
that
so-
quick.
Why is it no solution?
Nothing's amazing.
What? That was way
Good
quick.
job, Abby.
Very good.
Wait, what happened to 4 questions?
Well, considering that we just got through a bunch of questions in about 30 seconds, I figured maybe a few more would be good.
Okay, Emily A. What would this be? Good job.
Why?
Yeah, why?
Because it's a negative. Good job.
Alrighty. Okay, Abby, what would we do?
You have to square root.
Okay. Abby, again, what would we do now?
It would be negative 4. No, 3. I don't know what the square root of that is.
Emily A, do you have any clue?
How do you find it again?
Can I give them a hint?
Yeah.
We did this in Mr. Whitman's class yesterday, kind of.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we
We were
did.
simplifying radicals yesterday. Oh, good. Which we also did in
Wait,
our class.
how do you find the square root again? Don't you
Well, you can find the square root of 12 by putting in 12 and then hitting the button that looks like square root of x. but it's gonna give you a really, really long decimal number and it won't accept
Zachary.
rounded decimals.
So you do 12, under the 12 you do 3 and 4.
Okay.
But the square, radical 3, radical 4.
Yeah, radical 3, radical.
Because we're breaking down the radical, so it's radical 3 times radical 4.
And then under the radical 4 you do radical 2.
No.
Or 2.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. Erase that 2, 2 thing in the 2 branches. Once you get a perfect square like 4, you can just do one line and simplify that square root.
So like put a line here and then.
No, just like put a line, like an arrow, like instead of like 2 branches, just 1 branch. Yes, and then it's 2 and it's a free bird now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Emily O, what do you think it would be now?
Well, I mean, we have the answer. We just have to write it. How would you write that?
How would you write this?
And Kelly, what I would say if I were teaching it, I would look at the radical 3 and I would say, can I break this down any further?
Can we break this down any further? No.
Okay, and then we have a 2. Can you break down the 2 any further? Okay, so is it, is it finished? Can we take that information and write it as a number? So how do we write it? There are 2 things. There's a radical 3. What? Yeah, the 2 would come first. You put your free birds first, and then radical 3. But then there's a really important thing that we need to include. Yeah.
Only half of your answer. What would be the other half?
No, the radical 4 was simplified, and that. No, we're. Remember that x squared was 12, so we need every possible number that when multiplied times itself will get 12. So why do we have another number that we need? Think about the other questions. Well, if you put it again exactly the way it is, you're putting the exact same number twice, which is an answer. Yes, the negative version. Because if you multiply negative 2 radical 3 times negative 2 radical 3, you'll get 12. Oh, sometimes that's funny. What number were we? Yeah. With what? Alright, just hold on.
Okay.
Alright, let's do that on the board. Emily got a different number for this, and she's having trouble breaking it down. So x squared is 175. So if we have to square root both sides to break x squared free, we just need to x. And then we need to break down radical 175. What you're looking for is you really want to try, you can break it down any way you want into factors, but the best way to do it is to try to find a perfect square hidden in 5 is not a perfect square. What's?
I did 5 and 35.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with doing that, but if you try, think of a perfect square that goes into 175. Do you know what I mean by perfect square? Yeah. So just name some perfect squares.
Oh, sorry, 4.
Yeah.
9,
Okay.
81,
Yeah.
64,
64. Yeah. What about 25? 175. You broke it down into 25, and I don't know. Get a calculator. 25. 7. Is that right? No. Yeah, 7. Is that right? Radical 25 times radical 7. Now, the reason why I like to break it down into a perfect square radical is because you can immediately get that free bird out of there. And then radical 7 is as broken down as it can be. So I have 5 radical 7, but remember you need the positive and negative version of that. You just write it the same way, but with the negative in front. Like you write 5 radical 7, comma, negative 5 radical 7. You're doing great, Papa.
Emily A, what would we do first?
Square rooted.
Okay. Now, Abby, what would we do next?
Break it down.
Into? 4 and 5? Now,
4 goes into how do you negative
what?
2 square root of 5.
That's right, Abby. Very good. Rocking those radicals. Rocking radicals, man.
Okay. Do I zoom out to see the question?
What?
Do I zoom out to see like what it says over here, and I just do the?
You can just like move over if you want. Like just like scroll over just to see what it
Okay.
says. Type exact answer using radicals as needed. So when they say exact answers, that means that
It's
it's probably going to be a decimal number. So they don't want you to write the decimal number, they want you to write the radical version.
okay.
We'll see. We'll see what we
Okay.
get. It might not even come to that. We might get a whole number right.
Okay. Melanie, what would we do first?
Melanie, just pretend it's like a regular algebraic equation that we need to just solve for x. Like, what are the steps?
Subtract what? The what?
Yeah, subtract 4 on both sides.
Okay, Abby, what would we do now? Okay, Abby.
Break it down.
Into?
45 and 5.
Okay, now what?
Then you 45, 45,
Just leave it unlocked.
and do this.
Well, we'd have to break down 45 more. I would have chosen to use 25 as a factor, again, because 225.
Okay.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
You can do it this way. It's just messier. So if you divide 225 by 25, you'll get 9.
Wait, what?
25 and 9.
Okay. Now, Abby.
Oh, when I do, do 25, 5, and 5.
Right, but you can just break that radical free, and by finding the square root of 25 and simplifying it to 5. Yeah, so you don't have to write 5 times 5, you can just simplify it.
Then 9 just between. So it would be positive, negative, 5,
Why would the 3 be in a square root?
How can we simplify this? How can we simplify?
What do you think it means that everything simplified left free birds and no radicals? What do you think that means? We ended up with a simplified form of radical 225, but the simplified form is 5 times 3. What is 5 times 3? Right, and it has no radicals. So what does that mean for the square root of 225? Everybody put in 225 and then put the square root button. Square root of 225 is 15. 225 is a perfect square. You guys didn't know that? Me neither. I didn't know it. When you guys were breaking that down, I was like, yeah, let's break it down. That's not a perfect square. Because I don't have all the perfect squares memorized. But if I were to do that on my own, which again, I would have broken it down because I would not have recognized that as a perfect square because it's really big. If I broke it down and saw that everything became free birds, and I ended up with 5 times 3, that means my answer is 15, or 15 and negative 15, because 225 ended up being birds. Yours is 5?
Sorry, no, wait.
You just have to put the negative version.
Oh, you were wondering,
Yeah.
you got 5, but you forgot to put the negative 5 also. It's hard to remember the negative form because we're so used to just square rooting things and getting a positive.
Okay. So, let me just write. Is it okay if I write up? Okay. So, this looks a bit tricky, but it's really easy if you get it. Okay. Emily looks like she's still Emily, oh. What do you think you would do first here? Well, okay. Emily A. Now what would we do?
Divide by 3.
That'd be good. Okay. Now, Abby. Seem to be tackling these radicals today. So what would we do now? Since you started it, now what? You see it?
13, and 1.
Yeah, so 13 is a prime number. It doesn't have any factors other than 13 and 1.
So, is this all the way broken down as it should be, basically? So,
Oh, yeah, it's just positive, negative.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, you need the positive and negative. Oh yeah, okay, she's right twice. Okay. Very good.
and we're done.
That's it? I should have given you guys more questions. Man, you got that done a lot quicker than if I would have done it.
I did it in like 5 minutes at my house.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's why I gave so many. Does anybody want me to go over like their specific numbers, questions, if they're having trouble with any? Yeah? I'm just gonna keep recording just in case somebody else has numbers like this. What did you get, Emily?
For numbers,
Just tell me your equation.
okay, hold on, I need to get to them.
Every other work you can catch up on?
Last night I did on my 5 and 6.
Yeah, if you could just give me the equation.
X squared equals 245.
245? Okay. So what do we do? Yep. Now what do we do? Oh, love that. I didn't even know that 49 could go into it, but that makes it really easy because you can free this from its radical cage. And this cannot be broken down anymore. That cannot be broken down anymore. So your answer is this is just a short way of writing it. It would be the positive version of 7 radical 2 and the negative version of 7 radical 2. Wait, how did you get 49 and 2? That doesn't make any sense. 49 times 2 is 98.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I assumed you used your calculator, so I didn't even like think to question it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's not correct. I don't know how you got 49 and 2, but try again.
$49.05.
49 and 5. Okay. It's just easy. This one can be freed from its radical cage, cannot be broken down anymore. This is as simple as it can get. So x equals 7 radical 5 and negative 7 radical 5. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Ready for the next one?
X squared equals 147.
X squared equals 147. Okay. What do we do?
Square root it.
Okay. Okay.
Let's break it down.
Huh?
Let's break it down.
Great. Another easy one. Does it seem easier now? Anybody else have ones that they want to do on the board? Totally get it? Cool. Upload this bad boy and you guys can work on